What up, guys? So we're here once again, Classic Forex speaking. You know how we do it. We simplify, decomplicate it. Alright, so we're going to begin our pre-market analysis. Let's get into it. The first pair for today is UAD. Let's break it down. Now, UAD, we have the 3 months upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. What else do we see on the 3 months time frame? We are seeing buy pressure from here, which has been able to break above the 3 months resistance level to the upside. Now, the question is, where is this buy pressure heading to? This buy pressure is going all the way to make contact with the previous equal highs here on the 3 months time frame. So how are we going to be able to locate buys to the upside on UAD? Let's find out as we continuously break it down. Now UAD, let's take it further to the monthly time frame for another breakdown. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of UAD. UAD on the monthly time frame, we have the monthly upper zone and then the monthly lower zone as well. This is an equal high of the monthly which got broken to the upside, forming a higher high. Now after high, what else should happen? There should be a higher low before the continuation of the move happens. So UAD, although the overall direction is to the upside on the 3 months time frame, we are seeing it very clearly here on the monthly that price needs to complete higher low before the overall buy sets in. So in that regard, what we are going to do is that we are going to find selling opportunity back here to capitalize on the higher low before the market goes all the way to the upside. So UAD, we are looking for selling opportunities back to this support level as higher low before the move goes all the way to the upside. Now, how do we pick sells to the downside on UAD? Let's find out as we take it further to the weekly. Alright, so this is also the weekly time frame of UAD. Now UAD on the weekly time frame, let's take our time to also break down this pair on the weekly. Now on the weekly, we have the upper zone and then the lower zone. What else do we see on the weekly time frame? We are seeing strong level of sell pressure on the weekly resistance level. We came all the way down and has managed to also break through the weekly support level to the downside. So this break below this weekly support level tells us that price is indeed coming down to form the monthly higher low before it goes all the way to the upside. So remember, this is the higher high of the monthly. This area is expected to be the higher low before our price goes all the way to the upside. So UAD, we are going to pick our selling opportunities below this one resistance level to sell all the way to the downside. Now let's take it further to the daily time frame where I will continuously break it down. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of UAD. Now UAD on the daily time frame, we have the daily mid-range zone over here. Now the daily time frame, what is going on? If you look close at the daily, buyers have been or sellers have been able to break below this equal lows to the downside, giving us more clues that we are dropping on UAD to the downside. So what we're going to do is that we're going to look for what? Selling opportunities below this resistance level to sell down. Now how do we sell? Let's take it further to a 4-hour time frame and then complete the analysis. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of UAD and this is going to be our entry to the downside. Let me explain the entry. If you look closely at the 4-hour time frame, we have the full H upper and then the full H lower zone. Price is in a downtrend on the 4-hour time frame, supporting the overall direction. Lower low, lower high, lower low again, another lower high. We have seen bearish engulfing candles indicating about the market is about to sell off all the way to the downside. Now, TP1 will be at the daily support level. TP2 will also be at the monthly support level. This will be our entry, and then we also have our SL at the top over here. Now, what is going to happen is that when the market opens, price is likely to go a little bit to the upside because the market has opened before when we see the sell pressure all the way to the downside. But the sell pressure is indeed coming around somewhere here for us to sell all the way down on UAD. So UAD, this is also our full and complete technical analysis. Let's move to our next pair on board, which is CADJPY. Let's go to CADJPY very quick and also break it down. Right, so CADJPY is up next. Now CADJPY, I'm looking for a buying opportunity. Why am I looking for a buying opportunity on CADJPY? Let me explain very quickly. Now, if you look closely, this is what CADJPY on the 3 months time frame. Let's take our time to break down this pair carefully. Now, on the 3 months time frame of CADJPY, we have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. What else do we see on the 3 months time frame? We are seeing a push to the upside, which created one higher high. Price dropped down for higher low. We have seen a new higher high. under higher low. Where's the price bonus? Price should move all the way to the upside. So according to the 3 months time frame of CADJPY, buyers are going to see buy pressure from here to move the market back to previous resistance level. Now the question is, if price will move the market back to previous resistance level, then how are we going to be able to locate entries to the upside? We are going to find out as we continuously break down the market. So CADJPY, let's take it further to the monthly time frame for another breakdown. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of CADJPY. Now CADJPY on the monthly time frame, what we have here, we have the monthly mid-range zone. This is what a push the upside as higher high. This is also higher low. This is also another push as higher high. This area is also higher low, and that's where we are expecting price to continue the move all the way to the upside. So CADJPY, we are expecting buy pressure from its higher low to continuously move the market to the upside. But this is the monthly time. You cannot just buy here from the monthly to the upside. So let's take it further to weekly for another breakdown. Alright, so on to the weekly time frame of CADJPY. Now this is CADJPY also on the weekly. Let's look at the weekly and what the weekly structure also has to say in the overall direction of the market. Alright, so CADJPY on the weekly time frame, we have the weekly mid-range zone. What is happening on the weekly? On the weekly, we can see an uptrend, okay? This is what? The beautiful uptrend here on the weekly, going to push the market all the way up. So we have what? A break above the lower high, giving us a higher high on the weekly. This is also higher low. Price will extend further to the upside. So CADJPY, we're going to look for an entry at the higher low here to continuously buy all the way up. Now, how do we buy from the higher low of this weekly time frame? Let's take it further to daily for another breakdown. Alright, so this is also the daily time frame of CADJPY. Now CADJPY on the daily time frame, let's take our time also to break down this pair on the daily. If you look closely at the daily time frame, what you're going to notice is very simple. Let me push it up. On the daily time frame, we have the daily upper and then the daily lower zone. Look at the daily very well. We are seeing what? We are seeing what? A reversal formation back on the daily. This is what? Head and shoulder formation, which is going to reverse the market all the way to the upside. Okay, so we have what? The left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, which will move the market continuously to the upside on CADJPY. So CADJPY, we are going to locate entry at the right shoulder here on the head and shoulder to reverse the market to the upside. But how do we buy here on the 4H? Let's find out as we take it to the 4-hour time frame for the entry. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of CADJPY, and this is exactly how we are going to pick our entry to the upside. So if you look closely at CADJPY here on the 4-hour time frame, what do you see over here? We have what? Resistance level of the 4H here, which has been looking to the upside, forming a higher high. Price has come back to retest this area as higher low, and this is where we are buying all the way to the upside. If I take it to the 3-hour time frame, realize that the 3H, there's a confirmation candle, which is what? A bullish engulfing candle for the entry to the upside on CADJPY. So CADJPY, this is also our full and complete technical. Now it's a very beautiful pair that we are going to make what? Some money on within the course of what? Next week. So that's it also for CADJPY. Let's continue with the market breakdown. Now the next pair on our list is NZDUSD. Let's go to NZDUSD very quick. So NZDUSD is up next. Now NZDUSD, I'm also looking for a buying opportunity. But why am I looking for a buying opportunity on NZDUSD? Let's find out as I break it down from the 3 months. Okay, so this is also the 3 months time frame of NZDUSD. Now NZDUSD on the 3 months time frame, let's break it down. On the 3 months, we have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. We are seeing what? Buy pressure from this support level of the 3 months, always moving or reversing the market to the upside when contact is made. Now price has made contact recently here on the 3 months time frame and has seen buy pressure to the upside. Now where is the buy pressure going to head or going to end? It is going all the way to the next one, resistance level of the 3 months. How do I know this? I know this because what I'm seeing over here is a bullish pin bar. This is a strong bullish pin bar on the strong support level of the 3 months, indicating that the market will reverse all the way to its resistance level. But if it is going to do so, how then do we pick entry to the upside on NZDUSD? Let's take it further to the monthly for another breakdown. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of NZDUSD. Now if you look at NZDUSD on the monthly, we have what? Buy pressure from this support level, which has looking above the monthly resistance level to the upside, giving us a push. After a push, we have seen retest after retest. There will be continuation push all the way to the upside. So NZDUSD on the monthly time frame also shows as the price is moving to the upside. So you're going to find an entry at the higher low here to go all the way to the upside on NZDUSD. Let's take it finally, or let's take it further to the weekly for another breakdown. Alright, so this is also the weekly time frame of NZDUSD. Let's break down the weekly here on NZDUSD. For NZDUSD on the weekly, we have the weekly mid-range zone. Price is also moving to the upside on the weekly time frame. This was a push the upside as high. We saw higher low, another push the upside, equal high, equal low. Buyers will see buy pressure and move the market to the upside. So NZDUSD, we are going to look for buying opportunities here to go all the way to the upside. But how do we pick our buys? Let's take it again to daily time frame for another breakdown. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of NZDUSD. Now NZDUSD on the daily time frame, what exactly is going on? How are we going to be able to locate entry to the upside? Let's find out. Now NZDUSD on the daily, we have the daily upper and then the daily lower zone. Price formed a double bottom here on the daily, indicating what? A reversal to the upside. What happened next? There was a break, price went all the way up and has come all the way back to retest. It should be able to go all the way to the upside. So NZDUSD, if you look closely, buyers have formed a strong bullish swap, pin bar over here, indicating that there's more buy pressure, which will be able to break above this resistance level to continuously push NZDUSD to 8-weekly resistance level. So NZDUSD, we're going to look for entry somewhere here to go all the way to the upside. Let's take it to a forward time frame where I will show you exactly how we're going to pick the entry to the upside on NZDUSD. Alright, so this is NZDUSD and we are on the 4-hour time frame. Now the 4-hour time frame, let's break it down and then pick our entry to the upside. If you look closely at the 4-hour time frame of NZDUSD, on the 4H we have the 4-hour mid-range zone over here. Price is moving to the upside. We have what? Higher high, higher low, equal low, and a break above this one, previous resistance level. Price has dropped back for another higher low. There should buy pressure from here to move the market all the way to the upside. Okay, now NZDUSD on the 4-hour time frame after retest, we have seen candle confirmation, which is what? This bullish engulfing candle, indicating that there will be more buy pressure to continuously push the market to the upside on NZDUSD. So NZDUSD, this is also a full and complete technical analysis. Alright, let's go to the next pair on board. Now, next pair on board is going to be BTCUSD. Let's go to Bitcoin or BTCUSD and also break it down. Right, so this is BTCUSD. Now, BTCUSD, I'm looking for a buying opportunity. Let me explain to you guys the reason why I'm looking for that buying opportunity. But first, let's break it down also on the monthly time frame. Alright, so this is NZDUSD on the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame of NZDUSD, what is happening over here? On the monthly, we have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. What we can see is a very beautiful uptrend. We have a push upside as high, price drop down as higher low. We have a new higher high, another higher low. What happens next? Buyers have been able to break above previous resistance and going to do what? Going to create another higher high before another higher low, and the market continues like that to the upside. So if you look closely at the monthly time frame, this is the entire structure of the month. Now, since buyers are breaking above this one previous high, it needs to extend further up to create what? A higher high, because that is how what? The market moves technically. So what we are going to do is that we are going to find buying opportunities which will take the market to the upside before the next higher high is formed on BTCUSD. So BTCUSD, let's take it further to the weekly time frame and then prepare for entries to the upside because we're looking for more buys. Alright, let's go to weekly. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame of NZDUSD. Now NZDUSD on the weekly time frame, what do we have here? We have the weekly upper and then the weekly lower zone. Price is also moving to the upside on the weekly. We have one equal highs here of the weekly, which was broken to the upside to form what? A higher high. After higher high, what happened next? Higher low. Where should price go? Price should move all the way to the upside. So this beautiful uptrend of the what? The weekly is also indicating that BTCUSD, the market will continuously push to the upside. So BTCUSD, we are going to look for entry here to go all the way to the next resistance level of the weekly. But how do we pick our entry? Let's take it further to daily time frame for another breakdown. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of NZD or BTCUSD. Now BTCUSD on the daily time frame, we have the daily upper and then the daily lower zone. What else do we see here on the daily time frame? We are seeing a reversal pattern, which is this one, head and shoulder, which reverses the market all the way to the upside, breaking above resistance level of the daily and then making contact with the next resistance level above. Now, prices on the resistance level of the daily, two things can happen. Either price comes down for retest as higher low before it goes up, or it's either price what breaks above and then continuously move all the way to the upside. But how is price going to move? Are we going to see retest before price goes up, or are we going to see a break above daily resistance to go to about the weekly resistance? Let's find out as we take it to the forward time frame of BTCUSD. Right, so this is BTCUSD on the forward time frame. Now the forward time frame, this is what I'm expecting before I pick my entry on this pair. Now, if you look closely at BTCUSD on the forward time frame, we have the 4-hour middle zone over here. Now, price will not be able to drop down here as higher low before it goes up, but it is going to break above to the upside. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because I'm seeing an uptrend here on the 4H. So this is a push to the upside higher high, this exhaust higher low, this equal high. So if the market can drop back down here to form what? Equal low, that will be when the market will take buy pressure and then go all the way to the upside. So BTCUSD, if price drops all the way down here, we look for candle confirmation and then we buy all the way to the next one resistance level of what? The weekly, right? Yes, if price does not, okay, come back to retest here for us to buy, and instead it breaks above, retest, we can also pick an entry here to go to the upside in that same manner also. So that's also for BTCUSD. Now BTCUSD, we are done, so let's take it further to the next pair, which is going to be USDCAD. Let's go to USDCAD. Let's go to USDCAD very quickly. So USDCAD is up next. Now USDCAD, I'm looking for a selling opportunity. Why? Why am I looking for a selling opportunity on USDCAD? Let's break it down as so. So USDCAD, this is the 3 months time frame of USDCAD. What is going on in the 3 months? We have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. There's what a strong level of sell pressure on this resistance level, which is always reversing the market to the downside when contact is made. Now price has made contact again for the third time on this resistance level. Will it be able to reverse all the way to the downside? Yes. Why? Why? This is because the market has given us what a reversal candle, which is in the form of what an evening star, indicates that there will be more sell pressure to bring the market to the downside. But how do we sell to the downside after knowing this on the monthly or the 3 months? Let's take it further to the monthly for another breakdown. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of USDCAD. What is happening on USDCAD monthly time frame? Let's take our time to also break it down. Now, on the monthly, we have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. Price is in the downtrend in the monthly time frame. We saw sell pressure from here, came all the way down, broke below to form lower low. We have seen lower high. So we test price to price goodness, continue shall move all the way to the downside. So USDCAD, we are expecting sell pressure from the lower high here to extend further to the downside. But how do you pick the sell? Let's take it again to the weekly to add more meaning to this analysis. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame of USDCAD. Now USDCAD in the weekly time frame, we are also seeing the exact same thing as we saw on the what? The monthly, which is a downtrend. Here we have double top, we have a break below the neckline, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So we're expecting sell pressure from the lower high to extend to the downside of what on USDCAD. So USDCAD, once you go to what the daily time frame, we'll be looking for selling opportunities to sell all the way to the downside. So let's go all the way to the daily and then know how we can sell from here to the downside on USDCAD. So USDCAD, taking it all the way to daily time frame for the next breakdown. Alright, so this is USDCAD on the daily time frame. Now the daily time frame of USDCAD, let's put meaning into it very quickly. If you look closely at the daily time frame, you have the daily upper and then the daily lower zone. Price is giving us what? A downtrend, or price has given us what? A reversal formation on the daily. Let me explain the reversal. Now remember, this is the lower low of the monthly and this is the lower high of the monthly. And this lower high is when we are expecting price to drop all the way to a downside. So if you look closely at the resistance level of the monthly, which is the same as the lower high of the monthly, what we can spot over here in the daily is a reversal, which is what? A head and shoulder formation. So if you look closely, you're going to see that price has given us what? A reversal formation, indicates that there will be more sell pressure to push the market down on USDCAD. So USDCAD, we are looking for selling opportunity at the right shoulder of the head and shoulder to reverse the market all the way down. And if you look closely at the daily time, what you notice is that the market has given us a bearish engulfing what? Candle close. A bearish spin bar, which means that there's coming what? There's more sell pressure coming in to move the market all the way to the downside. So this what? Bearish spin bar is the confirmation on the daily that price will be selling all the way to the downside. But let's take it further to a forward time frame. Let me show you how we are going to pick the entry on USDCAD. Alright, so this is USDCAD on the forward time frame. Let's break it down and then prepare for the entry. Now, if you look closely at the forward time frame of USDCAD, we have the full H1 mid-range zone. Price is in an uptrend, but it's now becoming what, a downtrend. We have higher high, higher low, equal low, a break above, price came all the way, broke below this level as lower low, and has gone back to lower high. We're expecting sell pressure to come in and move the market all the way down. So this is what a push the downside as lower low. This is retest. After retest, there should be sell pressure to bring the market all the way to a downside. So over here, what are we looking for here? A confirmation candle before we sell all the way down on USDCAD. So USDCAD, the confirmation candles are the bearish engulfing candle, the significant pin bar, the evening star before we sell all the way down on this pair. So that's also for USDCAD. Now let's go to the last pair for today, which is gold. So gold is going to be our last pair for the day. Let's go all the way to gold and also break it down. Now gold, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a buying opportunity in two ways. Now I'll show you all the two ways that I'm looking for buying opportunities on gold. But before that, let's take it to a weekly time frame before we can break down this pair. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame of U or XAUUSD. Now XAUUSD on the weekly time frame, what is going on? Let's break it down very quickly and then move forward. Now on the weekly time frame of what? Of gold, we have what? The weekly upper and then the weekly lower zone. So this is equal highs of the weekly. This is also what? Respected higher lows of the weekly. Now, what happens when equal highs meet respected higher lows? We get to see what? A wedge or a squeeze. Now, in a wedge or squeeze, price will eventually break out to the upside or to the downside. Now, in this wedge, buyers broke above to the upside, defeating what? Sellers on the resistance level over here. Now, since sellers have been defeated and buyers are in control, what are we going to do? We are going to be looking for buying opportunities to the upside, because after the break above, we can still see strong bullish move continuously moving the market to the upside. So gold, we are looking for buying opportunities to the upside. Now, how do we buy gold? Let's take it further to the daily time frame for another breakdown. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of what? XAUUSD or gold. Now, gold on the daily time frame, what do we have here? We have the daily resistance level. Now, over here in the daily time frame, we can see that what? Buyers were able to break above the weekly resistance level very easily to the upside. They went ahead and break above the daily resistance level also very easily to the upside. Now, these two break above, which buyers did very easily. What does it mean? It means that there's more buy pressure to the upside, because if there was not more buy pressure, then when price reached the resistance level, we will have seen a little bit of sell pressure. Or when price reached what? Daily resistance, we would have seen a little bit of what? Sell pressure. But we didn't see any of them. It tells us that what? There's more buy pressure moving the market to the upside. So buyers disrespected the resistance level of the weekly and disrespected the daily resistance level as well, telling us that there's more buy pressure in the system. But how do we pick buys again to the upside on gold? Let's take it again to a 4-hour time frame where I'll be able to explain things for you guys. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of gold. Now gold on the 4-hour time frame, this is exactly how we are going to pick our entry to the upside. So if you look closely at the full H, we have the full H upper and then the full H lower zone as well. On the full H time frame, price was moving in an uptrend. Alright, so we have what? Higher high, higher low, equal high, equal low, and equal higher. So now there's something that price is going to do over here on this time frame. Okay, let me mark out the levels so you guys will understand what we are doing over here as well. Now we have what? Equal high and then equal low. We are looking for a buy. There are two ways. The first way is that if price drops all the way down to form another low, we will pick up an entry on this one low to the upside on candle confirmation. This is how we are going to pick our first entry. Now, if this entry fails, then that means that buyers will be able to break above the equal highs to the upside, giving us a higher high. We wait for higher low, and we also pick our entry to the upside on gold. So gold, this is also a full and complete technical analysis. Either an entry at this low, an entry above when price breaks above this one equal highs. So this is our full and complete technical analysis. If you love what I'm doing, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and then don't forget to join my free signals group. The link is in the description. Most of the signals are going to be sent in the free signals group, so make sure to join the Telegram channel. The link is in the bio. Now, if you're also looking for the best course and mentorship or signals in the game, feel free to also contact me in the description. Stay classy and treat classy. Peace, guys. I'm out.